And of course, so now that we're recording, I do plan to post this to the forum. If anybody has any objections, do let me know. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Let's see. All right. You can see everything okay?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Looks great.
Okay. If it ends up being only three again, well, I probably will try and do it again, but this might be the last time. So this is my synchronous collaboration. So 5 questions to save the world. I just want to give you guys a second to introduce yourselves a little bit more. Just like I know we've done the introduction videos for the introduction forum. If there's anything else you would like us to know about you, now's the time. I'll go first. I also have an art degree. So I like to paint and knit and do quilting sometimes.
That's cool. I have 2 daughters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have a
How old?
dog,
You have a dog?
big dog.
Nice, nice. Ravi, what about you? If you want to share anything?
Uh, so far, right now, no.
No, not a problem.
He's good at math and
Yeah, yeah,
stats.
he's good at
He's a
math.
smart
Yeah,
guy.
definitely out of this world math skills.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. All right. So how did you guys prepare for today? Did you get the chance to check out the movies that I recommended, or have you seen them before?
Uh,
Can you remind me the movies if
The
there's not too many?
Matrix, The Matrix,
Nope.
Contact, The
Nope.
Fountain, and 13th Floor.
Nope.
I've seen The Matrix.
Good. Most people have seen The Matrix.
Yeah, it's good.
They're like kind of like sci-fi-ish.
They're very sci-fi and they
Yeah,
all
okay.
have kind of like reality bending overtures to them. And if you didn't prepare, that is totally okay also. So why these questions? Why are there five of them? I use the metaphor, they're pebbles in the pond. So if your brain, if your mind, if your consciousness is the pond, then the questions are pebbles. I'm just throwing out ideas to help you to think, and maybe if you're open to it, expand your consciousness a little bit. And also like five specifically, like why do we have 5 fingers? Why are there 5 terminuses on our body? It's arbitrary, but it's not. I'm attracted to it, I think, because of like the pentagram and sacred geometry and things like that. And, one was not enough and six would be too many. So five seemed like the right number. So question one, and you guys can feel free to answer or contribute as much or as little as you want. So do you believe in ghosts? Why? What do you think a ghost is made of? And what does it mean to believe in ghosts?
mm,
Hmm.
uh, I don't believe in ghosts.
No?
No,
Do you have a particular reason why, if you want to discuss it?
I don't know why, but I don't believe it.
It's just a feeling that you have?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I don't believe in ghosts. I don't know why.
Interesting. Interesting. Anybody else?
Well, I think I'm on the fence
Okay.
just because there had like there's just not enough proof, I suppose, to really, but I'm totally open to the idea. I think there's, a lot of people have things that have happened that are strange, and if I talk to those people, they could probably convince me.
Sure. Cool. Rebecca, do you have anything?
I don't believe in ghosts, but I lived in a house once with some roommates, and two of the roommates swore at different times that they saw a ghost in this one room in the basement. So I
But
always
you never
found that
saw it.
interesting. Yeah.
But you never saw it.
No.
I find that interesting too.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go through the questions. And then I'll kind of like give a little story and then you can take from it what you want, but I want to kind of get through the questions pretty quick. Um, How do I know what I know, or how do you know what you know? And would I know if I was wrong, and can I be sure of anything? Nobody has an idea for this
Oh,
one?
am I supposed to answer? I
Yeah,
think
yeah. This is
I,
the next question.
oh, how do I know what I know is because I've done it or something? Like
Mhm.
then I know it
Yep.
because I've done it. And then I wouldn't probably know if I was wrong because I've done it. I don't know. That I'm not one of those people that thinks they know anything really.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think for me, I think I know what I know, what it like when it's tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like the,
when there's direct outcomes,
hmm
or like I know I'm sitting on a chair. I know
Right?
I'm working on a computer.
I know
I
I'm
know what
sitting in this room.
I know I'm sitting. I know certain people to have certain personality traits
Hmm
because they've demonstrated it and it's very
hmm
tangible. But when it comes to seeing ghosts and the afterlife and things like that, I can't see it. I can't touch it. I don't know anybody who's really been there, so I don't know,
hmm
right? And
So there's
those
a kind of
things,
like openness still, right?
I feel like I can't be sure of those things because it's not tangible to me.
hmm hmm Totally. It's a valid proof until, or you believe what you believe until proven otherwise, right? Totally makes sense. So next question. What if I am wrong? How do I feel when I realize that I'm wrong? How do I act? Can I change how I feel? And is it even possible to be wrong considering infinite perspectives exist? Feel free to jump in with your answers at any time.
Well, if I'm wrong about something, I don't mind being wrong about things.
Hmm
Um, I don't have such a strong ego that if somebody can says to me you're wrong, that I can't think about it. And if something comes out that I'm really wrong and it's really obvious and tangible again, it's almost like it's like a learning experience. I'm like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I feel like that's been the general consensus with asking this question to a whole bunch of people who are in education.
oh
Like,
yeah,
we're biased. We
that's
most of
right,
us have that growth mindset of like,
that's
give
right.
me something, show me.
Yeah. And then with the whole like these bigger questions, I don't like to say one way or the other. Like some people I know say, I don't believe in God, there's no God. And
Hmm
other people say there's a God. But
hmm
I'm like, I don't know either way. So I'm not going to say either way because I could be wrong either way.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
just stay
know,
open,
right?
right? Until you
Or
get
in
the,
ghosts,
again,
like
until you
I
get
could
that
be
evidence,
wrong.
right?
Yeah.
Totally. And then I guess also I'm curious, like, do you ever have that, or like, what is a physical experience when you realize you had a thought, you had an idea, but then you've been given this other evidence? Like, where does that experience live in your body when you realize that you had the wrong idea, that you had been wrong?
I usually let it go pretty quickly. Like I'll accept that I'm wrong. I'll look at the whatever it is that I was wrong about. I'm like, okay, I acknowledge it, and then
But does
that's
that
it.
knowing live in your body in a particular place or in a particular way?
No, it just gets put into my filing cabinets.
Like you process it cerebrally?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Does anybody else want to contribute to this question? Okay, I'm gonna move on. This one, I did a funny transition for this one. What is real? How do you define reality? The size, the shape, what is it made of? Of the universe, sorry.
Real means not imaginary.
Sure, yeah, that's one way to think about it.
Mm, in imaginary, you cannot define inequalities, I think.
Hmm.
Inequality means something is greater than, something is less than, less important, something is greater important. You cannot say
Hmm.
in imaginary, but in reality, you can say, uh, I don't know. Is it psycho? You are going to teach psychology?
It is a little bit, it's a little bit psychology, it's a little bit philosophical too. Because I wonder, especially with someone from the sciences, like we have these frameworks within the sciences that are like tangible, but we also have theoreticals too, right? So the theoretical just lives in your mind. You might write something down, but it really lives in your mind. And is that any less real than the things we do in the lab?
Because all these questions are look like a psychology question or something I do not read.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I totally get that you're more like on the traditional like STEM mathematics path. And
Yeah.
I think that's why it's so important for people who are in, I want to say like any field of mathematics or science should be thinking in terms of like how does it overlap with philosophy and psychology as well? Because they have to be interconnected.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll go back to the same thing I've been saying for the other questions. I'm very
Sure.
consistent. Is that for me, what is real is what is proven, what I
Mhm.
can see,
Mm.
what I've experienced, what things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think proven is good for me.
Hmm.
It's proven.
Yeah. And
So,
I wonder too, like, if you had an experience that made you question it, would you have to have it? Like, how many times would you have to experience something questionable before you're able to shift your perspective?
yeah, that's an interesting question. Hmm.
Um,
Depends what it is.
yeah, right? You'd have to define those parameters as you go along,
Yeah,
right? So you'd have to
yeah.
collect experiential data throughout the course of your life to be able to say, look back and say, when you look at all these experiences and you tie it, you see the pattern of your life and go, oh, maybe that has some kind of meaning. Maybe that pattern has some kind of meaning. I think go on to the next one. Can I change my mind? Do you think you're able? Is that something you're able to do?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. 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 Oh, I was
I
supposed
don't know about Ravi.
to. Yeah, I think that's Ravi, if I showed you the math equation to prove that ghosts are real, would you believe me?
Oh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't think there's changing his mind. Unless it's proven
right.
mathematically.
Okay. So, um, I wonder, I'm not going to worry too much about the breakout room since I did it before with only three people and it's not quite the effect that we're looking for. So I'm not gonna worry about it this time unless you guys want to go into a breakout room to discuss things on your own.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
No, this is a breakout room enough. Okay. So after all of those questions, how are you guys feeling?
It was an interesting discussion.
Hmm.
And I think it's always good to think about those questions. I base my everything on just like logistics and, and rationale and but it's good to like remember that like there are things out there that are not maybe not proven,
Hmm.
you know, and
Yeah.
try to be a little bit more open.
Yeah. I have to think like in terms of like studying the quantum, I know that we as humans only experience a very narrow scope of what is possible. Like our visual range is just a tiny, tiny sliver of the light that's out there. And so if you extrapolate that beyond just the visual sense, we have to admit that there's more than what we're capable of perceiving. That's just a fact, right? So for me, I think I'd like to share a story, and you guys again can take it with a grain of salt, take it or leave it, however you want to. I do believe in ghosts. I've had a lot of experiences that over the course of my life, I've had to look back and go, someone is protecting me. I'm not alone. And so I'll tell you this story. I was living in Nova Scotia. This is about 2004-ish. I was living outside of the city of Halifax, but studying in the city. And I was driving down the highway. I was not speeding. I was just, it was a normal, nothing exciting was going on. I happened to be driving a reasonable distance behind a very big dump truck. I didn't think anything of it. We were just minding our own businesses in our own lanes. We're in the same lane, but like nothing was going on. And I remember changing lanes, but I don't remember deciding to change lanes. So as I'm in the other lane, realizing like I didn't decide to change lanes, what just happened? At the same time, a very big rock fell out of the back of this dump truck. And I'm looking to my right and I'm watching it bounce down the highway. Like I was just over there. If that rock had gone under my car, or if I'd swerved off the highway, it would have gone down a ravine. It could have gone on top of my hood and through my windshield. It was a big rock and it was bouncing to where I could see it above the level of the door of the car. And so I'm having this moment where I'm simultaneously, I didn't decide to do that, and I almost just died. If I hadn't moved over and hit that rock, I could have very well like not been here anymore. And I literally had this image of like hand of God on my car, you need to move over. I don't have any other explanation than some other force moved my car for me through me. And I've had experiences like that over and over and over again where I'm just like, there's something there. There's something else out there. So again, you can take that with a grain of salt. If anybody has any experiences that on reflection kind of look similar or make you wonder. Like I've never seen a ghost either, but I feel it. I don't need to see it with my eyes to know that something's there. So, I think so yeah, do you guys have any other input or any responses to that?
I can say that I do know people who believe there's that what you're trying to describe or what you're describing that there's something there that they can't see but they feel it. So I find that interesting and my mind is open to it. I just I don't feel it,
And I
but
wonder
my
too
mind's
sometimes
open.
if I wonder too sometimes if it's a part of our programming because like everything that we are, and this is based in science, everything that we are lives in our DNA. Whether it was there when we were born or it became a part of our experience or our experiences can change our DNA as well. So either way, it's written in our DNA. So I just wonder, like, am I just programmed to perceive, to believe in ghosts the way I'm programmed to have freckles and curly hair? And some people are and some people aren't. It's again just a funny thing to think about.
Mm-hmm.
My dreams have been really strange,
Yeah.
sometimes spiritual, sometimes future, sometimes, just really some wild things happen there in the dreams. I've seen my body. I was connected to my head somehow. My head felt really heavy, but I could see my body above my body. Like stuff like that. Or it's just like,
Interesting.
whoa, dreams.
Absolutely. The dreams are an interesting gateway to our deep, deep psychology, like the unconscious, subconscious realms. And like everything that we experience gets processed or gets absorbed and remembered somehow. And then through our dreams, we process those things. And so, yeah, so do you feel like your dreams sometimes like you predict the future with them?
I have I had a dream about MH370 the night before it happened.
Oh, the plane that disappeared?
Yeah, and so then it consumed me for months. I could barely do anything. I
Oh,
was just trying to
yeah.
research where it was. And, you know, there's been so many times that where I've dreamed in the future and
Mhm.
like you know, it's that there's so many times like that that it just be
Yeah.
insane for me to not think that there's something
Some
happening there.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, from studying the quantum, we know that everything is connected somehow. It's just how is it connected? And sometimes, like I say this to clients all the time, because they'll ask, "Oh, is my this connected to my that?" And it's like, well, it is now because you're thinking about it. Just by the virtue of you thinking about it, it is now. And our
Mm.
thoughts have an incredible power over our experiences in life. So, absolutely, like if you have a sense of belief that that dream, obviously your dream didn't cause it, but like you somehow were connected to the event and you dreamt about it before you found out about it. The event happened in the ether and it had a ripple and a wave, and you caught that wave in your dream. Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah, it consumed me for months
It's
because I was
chilling.
freaking.
It's
Yeah, it
chilling when
was
things like
a
that
really
happen.
it was a chilling dream and I
Mhm.
woke up and I was messed up and then I went to work and it was all I could think about and all I could talk about and then I went home and I timed it somehow so like I could because I was like, "Oh, I must have heard about it because it's happened somewhere else." So then somehow this night before it would all work out, but
Mm.
it was before. So time wise, because I know Asia's different time zone and
Right?
I was figuring it all out and it was like, nope, it was before.
Wild, wild, wild. I definitely have had similar experiences like that where I've had a dream and then I met someone that told me a story and I was like, I dreamt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely had that. And again, like thoughts and experiences all kind of live in the same place in a similar field or a field that overlaps, and our brains have access to that. So, again, take what you will from it.
Mhm. I like do and I go with it. I
Mhm.
totally go with it. You know, I know because I'm like, oh no, I'm doing it this way because I've already freaking dreamed about this already.
So your dreams can
Trippy.
influence the decisions that you make after
Yeah,
the fact.
weird, eh?
Interesting. You know what? It's not that weird to me.
Oh, good.
I'm here to validate your experiences that others might say are strange or might dismiss, but it's not that weird to me. I've had so many of those kind of like air quotes weird experiences that it's just not weird to me anymore.
Well, I appreciate that,
Yeah,
Larissa.
that's what we're here for. This is definitely what we're here for. So, we still have a few minutes. If you guys want to keep the chat open, I'm more than happy to continue hosting because I think this is the first time where we haven't. I think maybe I've gotten better at running through the questions, and we still have lots of time. So, does anybody want to revisit any of the ideas? Has anything else come up that you want to discuss?
I think I'm okay, Larissa. It
Yeah.
was interesting. Yeah, I don't have any other comments or questions,
Hmm.
but I
I know
appreciate it.
it's a lot, right? It's a lot.
Well, if yeah, see, I'm not the kind of person to really get into too much detail with these type of big questions. It's just
Mm.
it's not who I am.
Yeah.
So, but for other people, I could see it like the conversation going on for a really long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, Ravi, I have a question for you. I
Yes.
remember learning at some point, or somebody saying like there's a mathematical equation for everything. Do you think that's true? Like math as a language can be applied to every idea, every aspect of our living world?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, you're right.
Hmm?
Yeah. And I don't know, but like equations, there are many uh, like geometry, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. I don't know you know about this or two-dimensional solid geometry, or that you know about this, or in the Canadian levels. I have no idea about the Canadian schooling mathematics. So yes, you are right.
Yeah, fundamentally. Good. I remember saying that to someone and they were like, that's a dangerous idea. And this was a mathematics like PhD candidate. And they're like, it's a
Uh,
very dangerous idea. And I was like, explain to me how. But then they didn't stick around enough to explain it to me. So
why it's a dangerous idea?
I never found out why this person felt that way. So I was like, I don't understand your position. I would like to know more. But the conversation ended before I got the chance to get a good explanation out of it.
Yeah, I don't know why he said it's a dangerous idea.
C'est bizarre.
Yeah.
I know. Found that very, very interesting. Okay. So if nobody has anything else they want to contribute or ask, I'm okay with shutting down. I'm gonna stop my share. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm okay with ending there. I think it was pretty good. I think you guys, I'm really obviously appreciate you guys participating. And if you have any feedback for me that you would like to give right now, I would very much appreciate it.
Sure. Larissa, I loved your slides. They were so nice. I don't know, the colors were
Hmm.
great, and just the way you organized the information. There was very little text on the PowerPoint slides, which is the way it's supposed to be.
Right?
So it was really good, and I really liked how you facilitated the discussion.
Good.
Yeah, really good prompts.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That
really,
was going
yeah,
for.
I was
Thank you
impressed.
so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I really noticed the slides. I caught myself staring at them, then they really attached with your context.
Good. So you have a
Like,
visual kind of like memory that can tie into the experience as well.
yeah, and you saying things like, we can only see just what we can see, which I totally get. Like, we're missing so much, because we only see this. And then with the pictures, like the graphics in the back, it just worked so well with that idea.
Awesome. 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 There's actually, if you guys check out my asynchronous and go to my Padlet, there's a whole bunch of content there that I think will help facilitate like a mind expanding moment. Again, if you're open to it. It's one of those things you can't force. It's only if you're really like ready for it. But the content there is kind of like stuff that I've come across mostly on Instagram, some of it YouTube, some of it just articles, that were kind of one of those like, wait, what, really? Orcas are bringing treats for humans? Like, what are they trying to do? It doesn't make sense. Just moments like that where it's like, that's happening in the real world and it doesn't make sense. So
Hmm.
yeah, if you guys want to get more kind of like backup information uh along the same lines of this conversation, there's a bunch of stuff in my Padlet.
Cool.
Okay. So we've got about 6 minutes left. I think we've kind of like flushed out the answers to the questions as much as we're going to in this group. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it sticks in your memory and your experience. When we talk about what's real and how do we know things, it really does come down to the experiential data that we've collected in our physical beings. And so now you have this moment to reflect on. And I hope it serves you well as you move forward through life.
Thank you. I look forward to a futuristic dream because I've opened that chakra up. I'm ready.
Yes, your dreams are trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, Larissa.
Thank you
Thank
all. Thank you
you.
all. And we'll see you out there on the internet.
You bet.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.